Yeah, it's me again. Pretty shocking things to happen today, don't you think? Kind of shocked me also. Which I knew Trump wasn't gonna sit there and let that stand. I knew that. I mean, we all know how Trump is, and wild. He tore that ass up, man. Trump tore that ass up, and it's not something we should be laughing about. But anyway, I wanted to come back here and clarify some things on my previous video about Pam Bondi and the Epstein files and all that stuff. Uh, yeah, I was a little heated, and some of my family members took what I said out of context. And I had to explain to them where I'm coming from. I was trying to push buttons, poke, trying to push people, force them to do things. That was my primary goal. But yeah, I did say a few things I shouldn't have said. But anyway, it still begs the question though. Why has it just keeps getting pushed off? It better be on my desk, and it ain't on your desk. And what happened? Nobody fired. No, nothing. Anyway, we're not gonna get back into that. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about is Trump, man. And I did mention this in my previous video about the Captain America team. Because you got to admit, man, Trump does have one hell of a damn team, dude. But Elon, he's gonna make mistakes. All of them's gonna make mistakes, but they're not gonna make no more of a bigger mistake than what your career politicians and career unelected bureaucrats have created. I mean, look at the mess they put us in. Look at the situation they got us in, and they've been there for basically all their life. But I know it's going to take some time for Elon and stuff, and a lot of us are frustrated, and we're wanting to get things done. And yeah, I'm going to say some things that's heated, man, because I'm wanting to see some things done too, man. Even though there's some things that I voted for Trump, not only for the country, and primarily for the kids, but there was also some personal things I voted for too. But as we get farther and farther into this, I'm realizing now that it's there's nothing Trump's gonna be able to do for me and people like me. So, but that's not gonna stop me from supporting the man. I still support the man. I've supported the man since day one. Since he announced he was running, since he came down the escalator. I mean, it was beautiful, man. I mean, I've been waiting for this moment since my dad woke me up. Back during what was his name? Bush Senior, George Bush Senior. Back during his term, whenever he was having a State of the Union address, and he stated something about uh, we're moving forward with the new world order, not the law of the jungle. And I mean, I remember that exactly because that's when my dad woke me up. I mean, I thought it was just some crazy old man talking nonsense off his shoulders, when my dad explained it. But anyway, me and my dad was sitting there watching that State of the Union, and when George Bush Sr. said that, I was like, I'd never heard that before, and I was like, Daddy, what's he mean by that? I said, what's the New World Order? What's he talking about? Oh my God, it was like opening a flipping can of worms. And back then, I mean, I wasn't, but I'm 57 now, and back then I think I was like maybe 17. I can't remember how old I was. Anyway, it was Bush Senior's terms when he had that state of law. Just look up the damn speech. Anyway, oh my God, it was like opening a can of damn worms. And I always question, since I've been fully awake now for the past 30 years, and I've researched a lot of these people, and I know a lot about a lot of these idiots. I'll call them idiots because that's what they are. They thought they was going to get away with this forever. I knew it was going to eventually happen, that somebody was going to step in, but I never once thought it would happen while I was alive. But anyway, my dad was right. And I was like, I always wondered, how in the hell did he know that stuff? Back then, he didn't have no computer, didn't have no smartphone. The man didn't even hardly ever have any friends. All he ever done was work 12 to 14 hours a day, sometimes 16 hours a day, 5, 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week in the peach fields, in the tractor shops, fixing the tractors, in the peach fields, pruning the peaches, picking the peaches, and all that stuff, just to make ends meet. And then when he'd get home, he'd drink him a little bit of beer. I think like 7 beers a night. He had a limit. And then he'd watch the news, eat his supper, and then go to bed. You know, he'd take a bath and all that stuff. And then get up 4 o'clock in the morning faithfully. And I don't remember that man ever missing a day of work except for 2 days out of his whole life. And the man worked his entire life. And he just had a routine. And that's where I got my work ethics from. Until I had my heart kind of started screwing me up. And it's primarily because of these stupid things right here. And I just can't seem to quit these damn things. So I'm just getting worse, and it is getting worse. But anyway, I was wondering, how in the hell did he know all that stuff? How did he know this was going to happen? He told me a lot of the stuff. He told me how it would be. But I was like, oh man, that's some crazy ass nonsense, man. Crazy old man talk. But I'd be damned if he wasn't right. I'd be damned if he wasn't right. And when I seen Trump come on the scene, I was with him 100% because he spoke just like my dad. My dad had just passed away about 3 or 4 years, 2 or 3 years before that. So I was still kind of in the mourning phase for that. And then when Trump come on there and he was talking basically like my dad, and I was like, oh shit. And I've been with that man ever since. There's been some ups and downs, but I've always been with that man, and I will always continue to be with that damn man. But there is a but in here. We need to get firmer. Like we saw Trump today. That's the way I want to see Pam Bondi. That's the way I want to see the rest of Donald Trump's Captain America team. That's leadership. That's peace through strength. So anyway, y'all have a great night. God bless, peace, love, and happiness to each and every one of y'all. Trump, wow, that was an eye-opener, boy. Now, Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, and the rest of y'all, outdo what Trump did. You could do it. Come on, let's see it. Let's see it. I know you're going to have all kind of threats and smears and stuff like that. We all know that what these people are going to do. Just make sure you're protected. And just let all hell break loose. Let's get this over with. Let's get this over with. Anyway, y'all have a good night. God bless, peace, love, and happiness to each and every one of y'all. Trump! I'm going to go ahead and say it, dude. I'm going to piss the liberals off. Trump 2028, boy. 2028. Trump.